going to go into the shag bag. Nick, I hope you're ready for it. We discussed this earlier, but Jamie Donaldson, disabled list with a chainsaw. I'm using the Al Michaels terminology. He's out with a shoulder.
He's out with a finger, or he's out with a chainsaw?
He's out with a chainsaw. He said on Twitter he got in a fight with a chainsaw and he lost. I then added, I have yet to see someone win a fight with a chainsaw. So the chainsaw remains undefeated as far as I'm concerned, but he definitely took a hard hit to the finger, got a lot of stitches, didn't look very pretty.
Luckily, if we can use a luckily in this instance, it wasn't as bad as what Greg Norman did.
That's true. Greg Norman had a much worse chainsaw incident.
You know, professional golfer or not, to everyone listening at home, exercise care with your heavy machinery.
Yes, get a chainsaw supervisor before.
And maybe if you're making millions of dollars playing golf and your career depends upon your ability to
just make a fist. Grip a club. Get someone else. So do your chainsaw work.
Speaking of off the course activities.
Yes.
And heavy machinery in the home.
Look at you with the segues today.
Jordan Spieth picks up another. This isn't really an award or a trophy. It's just some real estate.
He picked up
some pretty expensive real estate. Reportedly pays $7.1 million for Hunter Mahan's former Dallas mansion, Dallas area mansion.
It's looking swank. We're looking at the pictures here for
indoor
those listening to the podcast. Yeah, he's got the simulator, the ping pong table I really like.
The indoor basketball court. It's only half court though. So
brick around the basketball court. It looks really nice.
And then the massive garage, the underground garage with the beautiful mural of Augusta National.
It's really...
It almost seems like it was built for it.
A bargain at any price, I would say. So 7.1 when you're...
Originally on the market for more than 7.1, according to certain Dallas-based real estate planners.
Yes, well, when he's making $53 million a year, as he was purported to make last year, you can make a good...
I could do okay on like half of that, I think.
I can make it work. All right, so we're going to talk facial hair because... Why not? So Boo Weekly and Graham DeLaet both letting it go a little bit over the holiday season.
Yes.
Both showed up at Sony with a little extra on the chin. So who do you think shaves first, Boo or Canada's Finest?
Did a little research here.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Digging deep. What do you got?
Deep. Went back through some old some photo files. Okay. Last time I could find evidence that Graham DeLaet had shaved was at the Canadian Open last July.
Yep.
Which you will remember he had to withdraw from, presumably because he didn't have
the beard.
Right.
Yes.
So that was the last time I could at least find evidence that one of them had shaved.
Yeah, I think
Boo at least always seems to have the beard.
It depends on if you're calling it a full clean shave or a trim. Like Graham needs to trim it up a little bit. It's getting a little out of bounds. Boo, I think, just wants to let it go because Boo doesn't care. And Boo is very clear about his priorities, and they include fishing and golf and
a future spot on Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, and the rest of it, you can have it. But I think that Graham is more likely to incorporate the full but trimmed up beard moving forward.
He'll go in cycles. He will. He'll shave it off and grow it back out.
And this is about as much as I want to talk about other men's facial hair, by the way.
Guy coming up on his 34th birthday, by the way, Graham DeLaet. Turns 34 Friday. If you could, forecast the next 2 years for Graham DeLaet, a guy who's come close to that PGA Tour victory a number of times, where do you see this career going?
I'm concerned that his game has kind of fallen off in the last year or so. He did finish in the top 10 at the Sony this past week. That was his first top 10 since the Travelers in June. So he was always a guy that was a great ball striker, couldn't make the putts. Now the ball striking is starting to dip before the putts are coming up. So I have some questions, but it is interesting. He's one of those guys, we talk about the Olympics with, Fabian Gomez making a great run to solidify his spot on the Argentinian team after winning Sony. Graham DeLaet and David Hearn are guys that are right now looking to book their tickets for Rio to represent Canada. So
if we can go back for just a moment.
Yes,
we were talking about the anchoring debate earlier, and we were talking about PGA Tour champions.
Yes.
When it comes to the struggles that Bernhard Langer might have with this putter, where would you say his odds are to win yet another Charles Schwab Cup?
I'd put him close to let's say 7-1. I don't know. There's only a handful of guys that I think are really going to challenge him. I think his putting will fall off as he starts to get used to and acclimate himself to a new putter.
Ball striking enough to
the ball striking's enough to keep him up there. I really think he'll be okay. So, as we said earlier on the Olympics, Fabian Gomez, Emiliano Grillo are currently slotted for Team Argentina. Any shot that Angel Cabrera, lurking about 170 spots down the list, could come up and snag one of those spots?
Yes.
We got the Masters.
There is a shot.
We got the Masters. We got Oakmont hosting the U.S. Open. El Pato could come through.
The last time he won the Masters, was there anybody who really thought, like, we're hearing from Angel Cabrera again?
No, and no one thought that he was going to win the U.S. Open when he did either.
And considering his age, he can still push it out there. And at Augusta National, that kind of distance can make all the difference. I mean, we can see that that's kind of the beauty of Augusta. There are so many different ways to get it done. Jordan Spieth doesn't hit the ball a ton, wins. Zach Johnson, great wedge play, wins. Trevor Immelman, not a known bomber, wins. And then you have Bubba Watson and other guys who are going to move it out there. But I do think there is an outside shot.
Yeah. All right. That's all I'm
Is it likely? No. But I would not write off Angel Cabrera based solely on the fact that we've seen it before.
Yes. All right. Let's shift focus here to football real quick. AFC, NFC title games. What are your thoughts? We got New England at Denver, Arizona at Carolina. Give me winners.
I'm pained watching Peyton Manning at this point. So New England, I don't have any faith that Mr. Omaha can throw it past 5 yards. So
I'm right there with you.
And I am a little bit actually disappointed that we're going to get all this talk about Brady versus Manning. Who's the best all time? This is right now not a fair discussion because Peyton Manning is not even a shell of himself, and Tom Brady is still performing at a very high level. If he's not still in this, if he's not still in his prime, he's in a very high post prime. Right. So let's go with New England. On the other side, this is a field goal game going to the home team, which on a neutral site means this is straight up.
Flip. Hopefully the coin rotates.
I'm going to punt on this and focus instead on how shocked I am that Ron Rivera spent 2 to 3 years as the NFL's most fireable coach and is now suddenly a genius. If there was ever results-based analysis, I point you squarely to Riverboat Ron.
Yes, Riverboat Ron hosting the NFC title game. This is the world we live in. I agree with you. I think New England wins. I don't think it's going to be close. And I will take Arizona in the upset. I really like Bruce Arians. I like this
Former
team.
Temple University coach.
There it is.
Bruce Arians.
Go
if
Owls.
I can squeeze that in there.
Yeah, that's fine.